Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Help Is Here podcast, brought to you by the Beyond Compulsion Academy. Today I'm going to be talking about whether you should choose to abstain from masturbation when you are trying to overcome a porn addiction. Now, the honest answer to this is, I think it's a little bit more, not complicated, but it's like the question isn't quite right. Like the usefulness of this question isn't the best. So we'll get into that a little bit more. But my first initial answer, and maybe you want to just like click off the podcast or video at this point in time, because I'm just going to give you the answer right away sort of thing. But I would say, yeah, like you do want to choose to abstain from masturbation whilst trying to overcome a porn addiction. The reason for that is I think it muddies the waters, like it makes things unclear. So to get through and overcome an addiction, what you want to do is actually experience withdrawal. Like you want to experience urges, intense compulsive desires. You want to experience all of that, and it's actually going through that experience which is what's going to get you to the other side, where you've rewired your brain by thinking through those moments of compulsive desire. If you're having the desire to look at porn and you're going, okay, I'm going to choose to abstain from porn, I'm going to stop that behaviour, but what I'm going to do every time I have that desire is just masturbate instead, you're probably not really going through that discomfort effectively. You're not really going through that withdrawal. You're going to be like replacing one compulsion with another. And this is true for any other behaviour. So we could like swap the word masturbation out and put in video games or social media or junk food. You know, there's so many things where people are just swapping out one compulsive behaviour, maybe porn, for a different thing. And to me, that is very, very detrimental, because what you end up with is people who maybe gain weight or become addicted to video games and then eventually end up back at the porn addiction because they've not actually changed those addictive neural pathways correctly. And to change those addictive neural pathways correctly, we want to go through that discomfort, experience it, think it through, make a choice, move on with our life, and do that repeatedly until our brain has changed, essentially. That's how you rewire the brain in the right way. So if you're swapping out, porn for masturbation or any other behaviour, well, you're probably not going to go through withdrawal correctly. The other thing I would say is, from my experience as well, masturbation would usually lead to more desire for porn. And that's not too bad a thing, because we can deal with the desire to look at porn. If you've got the right tools and the education, you always know how to deal with any desire for porn, and that's really what I aim to get every person I work with too. But at the same time, it's like, how much do you want porn? Like, why would you intensify cravings? Why would you bring them on deliberately? Like choosing to masturbate is a choice. It's something that you can do, but it's probably not going to be a great experience overall. It might get you out some discomfort temporarily, may feel good temporarily, but then overall it's probably not going to be very effective. My personal experience as well is choosing to abstain from masturbation. I've done that now for I don't know how long, but close to a year. I've done that alongside choosing to abstain from porn, and I think there is some benefits to doing that. I also think, and I don't know if this is true for everyone, but for me anyway, choosing to masturbate in the past has led to less energy, maybe less testosterone, I don't know. But yeah, definitely less like energy, just feeling a bit less alive. And so I see energy as very, very valuable and precious, and really life is about trying to put that energy into the best things possible for your life and the life that you wish to live. So masturbation just seems like a bit of a waste of energy to me, and it's not really about the time that you spend doing it, but more about how it makes you feel after it. Now, that's not to say that you definitely need to abstain from masturbation to overcome a porn addiction. I'm sure that you can change the brain correctly and abstain from porn without abstaining from masturbation as well. But my personal approach would be to choose from a place of, okay, I'm doing this for me because I want to get through the withdrawal, because I want to get to the other side, because I want to live a life beyond compulsion. So therefore, I'm going to choose for myself to abstain from masturbation, and then get to the other side, overcome the addiction. And then if you want to go back to masturbation afterwards, and you're kind of back in control of yourself, which I believe is the main thing, is, being in control of yourself moment by moment, then yeah, go ahead, go back to masturbation and maybe experiment a little bit. but only once you've overcome the porn addiction first. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that can help somebody out there. Thank you so much for listening. If you would like to get started on rewiring your brain correctly, there will be a link in the description where you can book a one-on-one call with me. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.